Right.
Hey, welcome everybody to Tuesday Night Live. This is our first meeting for the month of February. And the reason I'm so excited because this is the month of love, to love yourself, to love your customers, to love on the people around you. And remember, Mary Kay used to always tell us that everyone has a sign around their neck that says what? Make me feel
special.
Yeah,
Important.
make me feel special, make me feel important, all of those, absolutely. And so you have to realize that you don't know what other people are going through. You don't know if they've had a bad day. Maybe they just got diagnosed with something. Maybe they lost a loved one. Maybe they've had a bad day at work, and just paying them a genuine compliment or giving them a smile. A smile takes no effort other than you have to turn your muscles up on the ends of your lips. So I just want to share with you guys, I'm so excited for February. I've got lots of exciting news to share with you guys. And the first thing I want to share with you guys is the exciting news that the company has changed the rules for becoming a national sales director. So it used to be that you had to be a national by 60, you had to serve 5 years minimum, and then you would get retirement and, perks and all that stuff. But so when I surpassed my 60th birthday, I thought, okay, well, now I can't become a national. And so apparently they've changed because they're really, really wanting more and more people to become nationals. So I actually have 22 months to put this together and become a national area. And I'm so, so excited because what that does is when Janice steps down as a national and retires, it will give all of her directors and her unit and all of our directors a place to plug in for 7 more years. So I will work 2 years while Janice is around, and then I will work 5 years beyond when she retires. So we'll have 7 years more of a national. So we'll have retreats, we'll have things without being a part of this huge Go Give. Not that Go Give is bad, but it's just, let me tell you, I have a lot of director friends in Go Give. It's just a matter of being plugged in differently. So what does that mean for us? That means I need some help. That means that of my directors like Lori and Kimberly and Brenda and all of them, they all need to swell their units to a minimum of 30 to 50. They need to be in the middle car, which is the Equinox, and they need to develop directors. So Lori, I'm looking and cheering her on to develop her first offspring, not her first offspring, but an offspring. And I am looking for 5 people in our unit that want to step up. And this doesn't necessarily mean it's a 40-hour-a-week commitment, but I will tell you guys, from the bottom of my heart, if I could give you my position for a day, and then at midnight the clock would strike and you'd go back to wherever you are in the career path, I promise you, you would run so fast. And it's all kinds of things. It's things like this, like getting a buzz kit with all the new product. I got this a month ago. You know how hard it is to not tell you all about this amazing fragrance I've been stashing in my purse? or going to leadership conference and getting that exclusive training. The sisterhood. One of the directors, her son just was in the ER. We're all praying for him. Like it is a group that is so tight and so powerful. And that's what really sets us apart from every other direct selling company out there, is it's the heritage and the way Mary Kay set us up. So I want to tell you, I'm super excited. What does this mean? I've got to get laser focused, like laser focused. So I'm saying, okay, so this month we want to debut 3 new red jackets. So if your passion and your heart is to get into red this month, what a perfect month. Like you'll never forget getting into your red jacket in February. Like really, it's the red month, right? It's the hearts month. So becoming a red jacket with a team of 3. If you've already got a red jacket, I spur you on to get into DIQ faster than, do it sooner than later. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, I have no idea how to do that, but I'm all in. Okay, text me or call me. Let me know. Let's talk. Or you might be saying, ooh, I don't know. Like that looks like a lot of responsibility. Or how do you know how to coach people? Or how do I know what to say? If it interests you, let me know and let's talk about it. If you're like, well, what kind of income are we talking here? I can show you that as well. So you guys, it's an opportunity. Carrie, you've been to leadership conferences at DIQ. Do you want to just share a little bit what it was like to go as a DIQ to leadership and to be around thousands of directors? And can you share just really quick?
Sure. Well, it's a totally different part than being a consultant because you get in other rooms that you're not let in as a consultant. And the company really gives to their directors because those are the people that are growing Mary Kay's dream. So, yeah, I mean, they always give to you anyway, so it's kind of weird to say they give more to the directors, but they're really there. They're there to answer all your questions. When I was in DIQ, they would call me all the time. What do you need? What do you want us to do? What can, so, you know, I'm there. I don't know, coming from a corporation, they don't help you. Okay. If you're gonna make it up or go up, you go up on your own, and that's a real fun thing, especially in a men's world, because I was in restaurants and I made it to a general manager, and it wasn't an easy task, besides the fact everybody has all these ways of thinking how you made it to a general manager, you know. But when I walked into Mary Kay, and to have the CEO actually shake my hand and say, "It's a pleasure to have you here," was a shock for me, because they don't do that. They don't even look at you half the time if you're not somebody. So it's
And Carrie, I have to say that I already purchased a piece of jewelry for your debut, because it'll go with the new suit. So just get it done, babe. So what I am going to say to you guys though is it's like nobody left behind. Carrie will go out and become a brand new sales director. Who's going to walk across the stage with her? Who will debut right with her? Last year, it was such an honor to walk out with Brenda Billington, and Janice walked out with 2 directors on her hands. And to be able to walk out on stage and announce your name over the mic in front of, 8,000 people or 6,000 people or whatever, it was such an honor. And I will tell you guys, it's just being on the inside scoop and being able to help, like the best way I can describe this as a teacher, if you see one child in your class excel, another child struggle, another child just having a bad day, you as the teacher get to impact all of those lives. Well, multiply that by 1,000. Like, there are days when, even as directors, like there's days when I call Lori and I'm not having a good day, or Lori's not having a good day, and we listen to each other for a minute. We're like, okay, so how are we going to turn this around? And we get off the phone, and I'm in a better place after talking to Lori, and Lori hopefully is in a better place after talking to me than if we didn't have each other. And I don't know any other company that'll do that. Like, you don't call your superiors and go, well, I'm kind of having a bad day with my kids, and like, I really wanted to this, I'm feeling stuck. Like, they're going to go, who is this, and hang up on you. So I will just tell you, like Carrie said, it is a sisterhood like no other. So with that said, I need some of your help. So here's a couple things you guys can do to help me. First of all, support our local events. When I'm doing a live local event, bring people. You have no idea who's hungry to come to something. You have no idea what woman in your life was on her knees last night praying for more money, or praying for support or personal growth. You don't know who in your life just lost a sibling. Like, I have a very nice woman I met at the chamber 6 months ago. She lost her brother, and I took her a card and a plant, and I left him on her porch, and she ran to the door because she has one of those cameras. And she ran to the door and opened the door and gave me a hug and started to cry. And she said, "You are the only one who has reached out to me." Now, she's not a part of my Mary Kay family yet. I think she'd be amazing, but that's not why. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people want to know that somebody cares, whether they're on your team, whether they're a customer, so what I will tell you is this is my one tip of advice. Your team member's success is not dependent on you. When I was new, I'd say to Janice, well, what if this gal joins and she doesn't do well? Then it's on me. And Janice goes, you have no control over that. She's her own boss. We lay out all the training. It's up to her with all of our support, but you can't predict who's going to be successful. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. I've recruited people, you guys, with a strong sales background who I thought were going to do phenomenal. And then I've recruited other people who don't really have a formal education, don't have a lot of experience, but they're hungry. I don't have a crystal ball to decide who's going to be amazing, who's not. Heck, Lori and I joined just to get the discount. Neither one of us were even going to do anything. Here we are 25 plus years later, 30 plus years later. So all I can tell you is don't prejudge. Someone might come in for a reason. Someone might come in for a season, and some might come in for a lifetime, and you don't know. My reason was 50%. I had no interest in doing this for a lifetime, 0. And I'm sure Lori probably feels the same way.
Hey.
So what I'm going to tell you is that all I ask every new person who joins our unit is to give Mary Kay 1 year of their life. and like be all in, like give it a year, because it takes 9 months to create a baby, for heaven's sake. Give this a year. And if in a year you're not making money and loving it, loving the environment, loving the family, loving the whole thing, walk away. But walk away knowing with your head held high that you gave it a year and you really tried and you got plugged in. How people can keep up with what's going on without attending the meetings or watching the videos, I have no idea. But I'm so grateful that you're all here. So support things. The other thing you can really help me with, and we're not going to train on it tonight, we're going to train on it next week, is how to do a weekly accomplishment sheet. When I go to pull $100 days and I see that there's very few weekly accomplishment sheets, I, as your director, should not need to text everybody saying, can you please send me your $100 days? I'm going to start pulling them only this month off of weekly accomplishment sheets. So if your weekly accomplishment sheets aren't entered, I don't know how y'all are doing your taxes, because at the end of the year, I go into the Mary Kay app and I hit customer report and it says, you sold $11,000 this year. And it says, how many did I give discounts? You sold, it tells me everything. By how much I sold, how much I gave away, how much Tester bought, because I have a customer named Tester. All of those, it does all that. I can't imagine not having that filled out. So if you are a little not feeling confident in your paperwork part of the Mary Kay business, I think what I'll do is next Tuesday is I will jump on at 6 o'clock, and from like 6 to 6:20, I will do a class on that before the meeting. So for those of you who feel like I don't get the app and I don't understand how this paperwork thing works, how do you track your sales? That's really important. I don't know any company owner that says, I have no idea how much I sold. Like if a business, if the owner of a business tells you, I have no idea how we're doing, they're probably not going to be around for very long if they have no clue how much they're selling, right? Would you all agree with that? A restaurant knows how much they just spent on groceries, how much they paid the cook, like they got all this, right? Okay, so with that said, I'm going to share with you guys a couple screen shares, and then we're going to go straight into all the fun, exciting things for February. So, and by the way, I do want to introduce Lori Lagerstrom, my amazing offspring. She is just like the Rock of Gibraltar, always has so much going on between aging parents and everything, and she always manages to have a smile on her face and a positive attitude. Lori, you are an inspiration to me. There are days when I think, how do you do what you do? So I just feel incredibly blessed. Do you want to share, Lori, anything that you're really excited about for February?
Well, I'm excited about all the events coming up, and I'm excited about the new faces that I'm going to be seeing, and how they're, and I'm excited about Lenore and Jen and what they're going to be doing. And we're going to be running with you, Diane.
Well, I'm excited because I need people to run with me. So what I'd love for you guys to do is in the chat, no judgment, zero judgment, but in the chat, type in, if nothing could hold you back, like anything is possible, what would you absolutely get super excited about achieving in February? Is it a dollar amount? Is it faces? Is it red jacket? Is it DIQ? Is it going on target for a car? Is it having $1,000 a week? Like if you knew you couldn't fail, what's something that you would absolutely love to achieve? Type it in the chat because I'd love, love, love to see what you type. So let me know what your dream is. And it doesn't matter. Your dream could be big, it could be small. As long as it's important to you, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. All right. I appreciate that. Oh, look at this. Oh, we've got Yahoo. We've got some reds coming. So last night we had a red jacket event, which every red jacket event, we have amazing speakers, and we had 3 directors. You couldn't have gotten 3 different personalities. Share, and I was going to share one tonight, but I really want you to hear Caterina Harris speak. So, but I will share their one of their speeches. But you get invited to that call once a month. Once a month, we honor all the red jackets. So it's super exciting to see team members, red jackets. So Kim, I'm going to ask you to be more specific. Give me a number, babe. Otherwise, you're never going to know if you hit your goal. Jen Goss, give me something specific, babe. Oh, Connie, nice. $1,000 retail month. Love that. Okay. And Janine, give me something specific. Like, how many faces do you want to do this month? Because you'll get customers, gang. Trust me, you put product on faces, you will have customers. You can't not put product on faces and not have customers. That just isn't how it works. 3 to 8. Okay, there we go. So we're going for red jacket or above. I love that. You'll look great in red. And you guys, red is such a powerful color. I used to have this super quick story. There was a husband. This is back in the day when we had our students, probably 15 years ago. He came to pick up his wife and she wasn't ready. She was talking to a guest or something. And he walked in the door and I greeted him. And he says, I have a question to ask you. Now, it always makes me nervous when husbands say that. And I said, what's your question? He says, so why is my wife supposed to wear that red jacket when she's making phone calls? And I looked at him and I said, well, I don't really know why she wears her red jacket while she's making phone calls, because I didn't tell her to do that, but I'm guessing it because it makes her feel more powerful. He says, well, she says it always seems to make her sell more and be more confident. I said, then I would go with that. So here's this woman at home. This is no Zoom. This is pre-Zoom. She's wearing her red jacket when she calls her clients because it makes her feel more confident. And I'm thinking, if that gives you better energy and it makes you feel more confident, put on your beauty coat, put on a hat, do jumping jacks. I don't care. Whatever is going to make you excited, right? All right, so you guys need to, what I also did is I bought a lot of prizes and I got all these. In fact, while the video is playing, I'll grab some of these. These are little cards and big cards that you can give to customers to promote products. You can attach samples to. So every week that your retail sales hit $300 or more, I will pop a gift in the mail to you, okay? Based on your weekly accomplishment sheet that you have submitted. So I will be going on to the meeting right before the meeting to look at your weekly accomplishment sheet. And if your sales are over 300, we will be recognizing everybody on the meeting. So you guys keep track of your sales. And $100 days, same thing. You guys are having like $95 days and not realizing you're $5 away from a great reward, okay? All right, so without further ado, I want to screen share a couple things. I see some great goals in there. Love that. $4,000 retail month, 10 parties. Oh, Regina Buckley, that's so good. In fact, write this down. This was a tip on the Red Jacket event. 5 parties with 5 people this month. So you're looking for 5 people that'll have a party with 5 people. So basically a hostess plus her 4 friends. If you do that, that's 25 faces in the month. That's only 5 faces shy of a perfect start. Now I just did a party with Laura and 6 of her friends, and it totaled, well, Laura hasn't finished picking what she wants, but it's 600, 700, 800, 900. It's going to be just under $1,000. How many of you guys would love to sell $1,000 in a night? And I'll tell you what made all the difference in the world is when I said to them, everything you guys could possibly want, I have in my car. Now that was mostly true, except for they looked at the special deals sheet and they started picking stuff off that. Like, oh, I'll take a Fanorama. Well, I did a spa night. I didn't bring any Fanorama, but I sent them home with 90% of what they wanted. And then I dropped off the rest the next day. But having that product on hand, gang, Carrie McCurdy will be a testament to that. It makes all the difference in the world. So if you've got inventory, it is hugely to your advantage. Right, Carrie? I know Carrie walks in with what they ordered plus like 9 other things to show them. And that's not to upsell. It's just to let them know, you know. In fact, Carrie, let's do this really quick. Can you grab whatever that satin hands is or whatever? Show us what you've got for Valentine's, because we were going to talk about Valentine's sales. Can you show us super quick? Unmute, babe. I think that's satin hands. Did you shrink wrap that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I suck at shrink wrapping, but I can learn. Okay. Where'd you get the heart?
It's really easy. Shrink wrapping's really easy. You just got to get the right size bags. There's
Okay.
a perfume, and these are all in, like, this is a plastic heart box.
Where'd you get that?
I actually think I got this from my girlfriend's house.
Okay.
And I only paid $2.50 for them.
Dollar Tree is good for that stuff too, you guys. It's getting
Yep.
pretty picked over, but
This
still.
is from Kohl's, and they had their 40% off the basket.
Nice.
So I paid
Kohl's like the department store?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And then here's one. I already sold one of these. but
Hobby Lobby's got a lot of stuff on sale too, you guys. It's Valentine. Oh, that's
This
cute,
is-
Carrie. What is that?
It's eye makeup remover and micellar water and a heart bulb.
Very cute.
Yeah. And then this is,
And I will tell you, oh, that's super cute. And I'll tell you guys, the eye buys. If you took that around in the basket, people are going to go, oh my God, are those Valentine gifts? Do you have anything for my daughter? It's like,
and then
so when I
this
go to
is
my
the big
networking group
guy.
tomorrow, I'm taking a basket of stuff for my daughter. So Carrie, what is that?
It's a basket with a set of towels, pink towels. And then
Wow.
it has all the satin body in it.
Okay.
And I always buy my baskets when they're 50% off. So that whole thing is only $120. And it's all 3 satin hands and the cream.
Nice. Nice.
So
And you
Uh,
guys, like Carrie just mentioned, so like, and when Hobby Lobby put all their Christmas stuff at 60% off, I was looking for everything that was red because I knew I could use it for Valentine's. I got all their red curling ribbon, red and white polka dotted bags. They're thinking they're Christmas. I got all those bags at 60% off. They were less than $1 a bag, these huge bags with red and white polka dots.
I
which are
don't know
perfect.
where my buckets are, but I have buckets. I'll go find them while you're talking. They have hearts on them, and they have them. I have the men's cologne in them
Nice.
and the body wash. And so,
And another great combination, you guys, is to put a men's body wash, if you have any left from the holidays, with a women's body wash and call it a co-ed shower. Even though he doesn't know what that is, just the idea of a co-ed shower will get his attention, trust me.
well,
So,
that's what I do with the towels. I tell them it's a set for the couple.
yeah, there we go.
So,
And all your single girlfriends will love that. Okay. So, thank you, Sherry, for sharing, Carrie. I appreciate you've always got such creative ideas, which is why your customers think you walk on water. She's always a step ahead of the game.
well, they always think Mary Kay did this, and I'm like, no, I put them together.
Exactly.
So,
Well, thank you, Carrie, for sharing. I appreciate that. Okay, you guys, so let's go on to some of our events. So grab a piece of paper and a pen handy. Couple things I want to run by you. Okay, first of all, we don't have price increases very often, but we do have a price increase coming up on February the 16th. These are all the items. If you buy them now, you then on the 17th sell them at the higher price. So satin hands are going up. There is some of the body care is going up. Some of the clear proof skincare, the moisture gel mask is going up $2. So check this stuff all out. Oil-free hydrating gel, I sell a ton of that and it's going up $2. So one is order low, sell high. Second of all, do your customers know about this? I don't know that you necessarily want to pass this on to your customers, although you could, is just to say, oh my gosh, we're having a price increase. First one we've had in a long time. Satin hands has been $36 for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. I mean, it feels like forever. It's been $36. So some of these things haven't had a price increase in a really, really long time. So let your customers know. You guys could really, really rake in on the price increase before it even happens. So you may want to look at your order. All right. So now let's talk about other events that are coming up. I am going to, wait, why is it not letting me go beyond this? There it goes. All right. So if you guys are local to me, like if you live within an hour drive of Concord, I would absolutely start inviting guests to this. It is Monday the 12th. Now, it's the same night that Janice has a virtual skincare. So hear my heart. If you are not local and you've got guests jumping on virtually, great, go to Janice's event. But if you live within an hour drive of Concord, I would load up your car or whatever, and I would get as many people as you can to this. Carrie, I am going to need your white bathrobes, but between Carrie, myself, and Kelly, we will have enough white bathrobes on a beautiful table all laid out with candles and everything to encourage them to just slip a bathrobe over their clothes. It'll make a really fun photo. They are going to get to try satin lips, the whole miracle set. I will talk about repair, but we won't demo it that night. We'll be doing microderm on half, glycolic on half, and then end with a moisture gel mask and satin lips. So my goal is at the end of that evening that they either purchase product, book a party, or both, or join your team. That's kind of my mission, is that they get to do one of 3 things. They're either going to book, buy, or join. So that's kind of, now we are going to give away probably 2 Kate Spade items. We're only going to have probably 30 models because that's all the room will hold. We'll probably give away 2 Kate Spade items and a couple free mascara giveaway things. So if you guys have any questions, I did make a guest ticket so they know not to pay $10 at the door. This is going to be a really fun event. If you want to see a live event and you want to learn how to do the trays and the mirrors and all that, please, please come. But Mary Kay used to always say, let them learn while you earn. So if you're going to come, why would you not bring a model, right? Okay, so that's coming up on the 12th. And then the other thing I want to let you know is this is an event that Janice is doing in Washington. So if by chance you know anybody in, no. Yeah,
Yes.
isn't this up in Washington? Yeah.
Yes.
This is up near to what is the name of the town again? Edgewood. So if you guys know anybody in Washington, I called all 4 of our consultants in our unit in Washington. If you know anybody up there, let me know. We can send them. Janice will take care of them. So if you guys know of anybody in the Washington State in the Edgewood area, let's send them to Janice's event. That would be super fun. So another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and we'll scroll down to some of these other things, is this. This is a pre-SOAR package, and I'm super, super excited about this. I've hired this woman who makes every month digital things to help you promote your business, whether it be for Instagram, Facebook, personalized business cards that are digital, all kinds of things. Everything is editable. Every month she designs new things. So when you do 300 wholesale by the 15th, you will be sent a link every month by me that will have all the digital images for the month. And you guys can utilize these. I don't know Canva, but I sort of learned it today by just clicking on stuff. So it's obviously not hard. But I know Dawn's already qualified for the one this month. So has Giselle. So please utilize these contests because they're super, super fun. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go into this little screen share thing. So give me a second. A friend of mine named Cleta Colson-Ayers, she is a top director out of Georgia. She did this call and she sent it to me and I said, hey, can I steal some of your screen shares? She sent me the whole PowerPoint. She goes, yeah, use whatever you want. I said, okay. And she sent me the link. So I'm just going to kind of walk through this with you guys super, super quick. All right. So the first thing is there is something on right now called the Nationals put together called 29 Days of Love. Every day there is a recorded message that really talks about the heritage and culture of our company. They are on Facebook. If you are wanting to participate in this, please let me know. It is amazing. I know Dawn's doing it. Carrie's doing it. There's a whole bunch of you guys that are doing it. Kim, I think, is doing it. And what this is everybody's giving you different tips, different ideas. And then there's a couple tracking sheets. So there's a tracking sheet that looks like this that just has all 29 days on it. So you can kind of color them in as you listen. These sheets I love. There's 4 different sheets like this that right underneath each day, it gives you a little space to write a takeaway so that you have, so for your notes. Heather Daniel Kent yesterday did a whole thing on layering and I loved her layering chart. So I'm going to post that on Facebook, but this is a really neat program. It kind of gets you to start thinking outside the box. Carrie or Dawn or Kim or anybody, does anybody want to share anything that they've gotten? I know Dawn, you're pretty new. Do you want to share anything that you've gotten out of this 29 Days of Love? Because you're pretty new.
Yeah, it's been great to get different perspectives and different tips and tricks. The layering one was really neat because that's the way my mind works. Very organized. I make a lot of lists. I'm just very organized like that. So my brain really enjoyed the layering one. And then thanks for sending the actual document. So now I can print it out and use it.
Yeah. And it's the neat thing is everybody, you'll notice that some personalities are high energy, some are a little lower energy, some have crazy ideas, some have easy ideas. So just know that those are all ideas that you can utilize. And this business is all about us helping each other. So, but I love the tips because I go, oh, I never thought of that way. So it's about, it's all about the heritage of what sets our company apart. All right. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Some of you posted in your comments that a red jacket is your goal. So here's what I'm going to share with you is that 1 out of 5 join your team. Now you might do 10 interviews and not have anybody join your team. And then you might do 3 and have 2 people join. But an average is 1 out of 5. So if you'll notice on this sheet, there's a spot for 15. If you literally just took a pencil and said, okay, if I was guaranteed they'd say yes, who would I want to ask? And you literally just write the names of 15 people. Okay. And then as we share with them, whether it be a video and then a 3-way conversation with you and me and them, if they say yes, great. If they say no, I would save this sheet, stick it in a binder, stick it on a clipboard, because 2 months from now, you go back to that same person who said, I'm just about to move. And all of a sudden they've moved and they're settled and they're ready to go. Or they were married and then all of a sudden they find themselves divorced and they need money. I mean, all kinds of things can happen and change in their life, right? So this is a sheet that'll just pretty much tell you that's how the averages are. 1 out of 5 will join. Now, this is exciting because Lori and I found out January 1, they extended this all the way till June, and it's called 8 out of the gate. Normally, to get into DIQ and become a director, you have to have a team of 12, but they bumped it back down to 8. And after this, it's going back up to 12. So this is a perfect time. It's like it's on sale. So as soon as you have 8 on your team, you can go into DIQ the beginning of the next month, and you can take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or 4 months. I suggest fast is easier. Trust me, do it in 2 or 3 or 1. I would not drag it out to 4. You have to have 24. So let me give you an example. When Carrie goes in with 8 active and her first month of DIQ, Rhonda adds a team member and Candy adds 2 team members and Carrie adds 2 team members. That's increased her numbers by 5. So now Carrie has 13 on her team. Does that make sense? So your recruits count. So if Candy adds someone to her team and that girl adds 3 to her team, those all count for Carrie to become a director. And once Carrie's numbers hit 24 and 13,500, she has to do 4,000 minimum a month. She'll be a brand new Mary Kay sales director in that gorgeous hot suit coat. Oh my gosh, the jackets are just so adorable this year. So this is what DIQ qualifications. That's basically what that means. All right. Now, this is a really fun tracking sheet they just came out with. It's called Perfectly Pink, Track Your Path to DIQ. So you see how it used to be 10, and now they scratch those 2 top ones. And notice there's extra lines. And people are like, well, wait a minute, why are there extra lines? Well, you can put in there the people's names and then in pencil. And as they join your team, you can put them in pen. So there's your first 2 team members. Like Dawn has her first team member. Some of you've got 1 or 2 team members. That makes you a senior consultant. Has nothing to do with your age. Then at 3, it's Star Team Builder, which is red jacket. Then at 5, it's team leader. And then at 8, it goes into DIQ. You guys can do this. This isn't, if we overthink it and overanalyze it, it'll psych you out. But otherwise, it's not that hard. Trust me. All right. So let's talk about something exciting happened yesterday. We were allowed to register for career conference. You guys, this is the first time in over 15 years there has not been one in the Bay Area. In fact, there's always been 2 or 3 in California, and this year there's 1. It is going to sell out so fast. In fact, one of the North Carolina ones sold out today. It opened yesterday and it sold out today, and I'm like, what? So get registered. It is $100. I'll show you on the next screen. It's $125, I think, to go. We are right now in the process of deciding how we're going to get there. Planes, trains, and automobiles. We're looking into a train. We're looking into chartering a bus. We could fly, but we could also caravan with a bunch of cars, get 2 or 3 cars and just everyone chip in gas and do that. So I'm working on transportation and our options, but please register before it sells out. Career conference is amazing. It is a little more than 24 hours of recognition, inspiration, top directors, speeches, national speeches. So this kind of gives you an idea of where they are, the different locations that they are. I know that if you're watching this video and you're in our unit and you're in Texas or something, you can find one probably closer to than Long Beach. This is the beautiful Louis Vuitton bag that we all got to see. There is a company contest called the Power of One. And every time you get a great start qualified team member, December, January, and February. So it ends February 29th. Every great start qualified team member counts toward this. If you're one of the highest, you're going to go into a drawing and they're going to give away a Louis Vuitton bag at every career conference. So it's going to be super, like, their bags are gorgeous. I mean, it's big, it's beautiful, it's crazy. Okay, when you go to career conference though, here it explains the Power of One challenge so that you can kind of understand how it all works. So it's basically all the way back through December 2nd through February 29th. It's consultants and directors who add at least 2 or more Great Start qualified personal team members and register for a career conference will be registered into the drawing for that bag. So I already have over 2 in. I'm in the drawing. So who else is going to go in the drawing with me? I'm assuming a whole bunch of you. So yeah, it would be so exciting, you guys, for somebody from our future national area to win that. All right. So when you get to career conference and you check in, you will be given something like this. It's called a bling badge. This bling badge looks like this. If you can see me over here holding this up, it's got my name on it. And these are little designations of recognition. So these are all the places that you can win for career conference. So there's everything on here. Like, we're a Cadillac unit, so that'll be on here. But there's lots of things you can do on here. This to me is the most important. See this right up here where it says I'm in red? Do you guys know if you are in red with 3 active team members by the end of the month, you get to walk across the stage. Walk across the stage in front of your 1,000 cheering crazy people. So Carrie McCurdy, I know you're already across the stage. Super excited for you. Dawn, I know a bunch of you guys, that's your goal. So it would be so fun to have a little dynamite unit choo-choo train of you guys all linking hands walking across the stage as brand new red jackets. So these are some of the ways you can get recognition. This is all on the Mary Kay in Touch website. So you're able to look at all of that. Now I will tell you guys, these earrings, oh my gosh. Okay, so first of all, this is the necklace. Those of you who possibly earned it, I'm going to stop screen sharing for a quick second. Those of you who possibly earned this back in November, this is my favorite silver necklace. Every time I wear this, I get a compliment. So if you earn this back in November and we're thinking, man, I wish I had earrings to match that. Well, you can get earrings this month. So, and for those of you who are either new and have never missed a month of 600, or you've done 600 every month since July, you qualify to also earn a beautiful watch from Mary Kay. So, from the company with Mary Kay's signature on the back. These earrings are to die for. So if you aren't sure how to earn them, or you aren't sure the strategy behind it, call me and say, Diane, okay, I really want to get my 600 in. What should I do? And it's like, okay, you live near Concord. How many people can you bring on Monday? They will buy. They will have so much fun. Trust me. So these earrings are absolutely stunning. Now, this is some social media playbook stuff, and this is stuff I want you guys to take some notes on. There is a social media central download. When you download it for 2024 spring, it's going to say, post this picture of the new mineral sunscreen and say this. It literally gives you the digital picture of the mineral sunscreen, and it tells you exactly what to say. And then it says 2 days later, post this picture and say this. So you guys, if you're not doing this, now, if you have a teenager at home, oh, I would so delegate this. I would say to your teenager, let's sit down and go through this together, because you want to know what they're posting as well. But this social media central download is for the whole spring playbook. And then there's also a social selling masterclass. So if that is not your forte and you're kind of like, well, I really want to make a difference this year and jump on social media, you need to be all over this and really pay attention. All right. Now, if you don't know, Mary Kay has a Facebook page, and it's called My Mary Kay Facebook group. Okay. You really, really want to home in on next week. Next week, the 12th through the 16th, it's called Red Week Gone Pink. And what they're going to do is each day, they're going to do like a red recap. They're doing a Galentine's giveaway, Forget Me Not Valentine's makeup look. This is for you. This is not for your customers. This is for you. Okay. And so this is a place where you can also steal all this stuff and post it on your VIP pages. So you definitely want to join the group and plan ahead. You just want to be, you all want to be on for this whole week of great training. I use their stuff all the time. I steal videos off there. I do all kinds of stuff. Anybody have any questions on the Red Week Gone Pink? It's all next week. All right. The next I want to share with you guys is this. So when you go to career conference, there is not going to be the normal skincare confident, Mary Kay University. There's not going to be all these different things. They're going to have a brand new one, but it doesn't launch until the 16th of February or 15th apparently. It is now going to be called MK Confident, and it's going to have different modules of skincare. It's going to have color, product. And so you're going to have an opportunity to re-educate yourself and earn this beautiful designation called MK Confident, but it doesn't become available until February the 15th. Okay, so that's something you definitely want to look for, because, you know, there's so much stuff going on. It's like, how do you keep track of all this stuff, right? All right, this is our new logo. The company has redesigned this logo. In fact, you'll notice this bolder lettering is on the new Mary Kay Miracle Set. And so just letting you guys know, that's a new logo. You'll see that on everything, including the brand new lookbook that just came out. So now let's really quickly talk about the new product. So this is what the new lookbook is going to look like. If you did, who did PCP? Wave your hand if you did the preferred customer program. Okay, guess what? Your customers on this page are going to have a seal on here of the new fragrance. So be prepared, because what I would do is let them know that you could even say, well, if you purchase this, even though it's not quite 50, you get to still pick one item off the special deals sheet. Or whatever you want to do, but they're all going to have this page with the fragrance. So you want to make sure you make a note that is on page 4. No, I can't read without my glasses. It's page 6. So you might say, oh my gosh, did you try the sample on page 6? If you are not sure how to follow up, I'll be making a new video, but you want to text out a picture of this, which I will post for you guys so you can steal this. And you want to send it to everybody you enrolled and say, has it arrived yet? And so I always put it up by my face, like, geez, like, has this arrived yet? You know, and so I say, has it arrived? Did you love the free sample? And they go, what free sample? So really, really take advantage of it. So let's talk about the new products really quick. One of the biggest things is the new sunscreen. So some of you might be saying, okay, well, Diane, who do I market this to? I'm already using the Repair Day Cream. This is specifically for people who can't use our current sunscreen because they have to have mineral. This is tested safe for little itty bitty kids all the way up to ancient elderly, all right? 100% mineral sunscreen powered by zinc oxide, gentle and effective defense against sun damage and skin cancer, protects against UVA and UVB, high performance, fragrance free. It's also what they call a lightweight formula. So, because sometimes the sunscreens are kind of thick and gooey, it's a very, very lightweight formula. So you get this large tube and it is 28. Now, I'll show you guys what it looks like. It comes in a box like this. Yes, Jen?
Is it going to be regular line?
It is.
Regular line. This is added to our
Yeah.
line forever and ever and ever. They
Thank
are
you.
working on a body sunscreen. They aren't giving us a date. My guess is maybe seminar, but this is the tube. This is what it looks like. Now, I will tell you guys, for selfies, your face is going to look washed out because it reflects light very differently. But who is your audience for this? It's anybody who can't use. So if somebody's happily using the repair line, don't switch them off, right? If they're happily already using something else, I wouldn't switch them off of that. I would just, this is for those who can't do that. Okay, then of course you've got the fragrance, which is called Boundless Blue. The packaging is beautiful. The box is gorgeous. I love the very trendy, kind of reminds me of Picasso. I was just at the Picasso Museum in Barcelona. And then the bottle is got this really fun kind of indent right here. Smells amazing. It kind of reminds me of our old Terme Diesela, which most of you have never been in the company long enough, but it was a body care line that was very fresh and oceany and sun, that kind of thing. So anyway, it's got top notes of dashing clementine and bergamot, middle notes of blackberry and neroli, and bottom notes of balsa tree blossom and sea salt. Okay, then the last new product, these are going to be super fun, great Galentine's gift, but these are 3 hand creams for only $10. One is berries and rose, one is passion flower. So berries and rose is strawberry, rose, and vanilla. Passion flower is watermelon, peony, and freesia. And island mist and jasmine is Granny Smith apple, star jasmine, and Italian lemon. These are limited edition. The fragrance is limited edition, but the sunscreen is regular line. Okay, now for those of you who did the preferred customer program, you'll be available to get these on the 10th, or if you were a star consultant. So Dawn, Carrie, all of you guys who were star consultants last quarter, you can get all of this on the 10th. Everyone else has to wait till the 15th. Okay. Also keep in mind, and we're not gonna have time to do this tonight, but there's a lot of looks in here. So you really want to pay attention. Like I've had people say, can I just have everything she has on? And you're like, sure. I don't even know if I have that in my inventory. So notice what they're doing. They're featuring these 3 lipsticks. They're featuring this gloss. They're featuring, look at this beautiful look. Again, make sure you've got these colors in your inventory, you guys, because people will literally say, I want all of these. Shiny penny, mahogany, gold eye, like. So look at all of these, look at the products, look what they have in here. This is what your customers are going to be getting. This is one I love. This whole chart, I'm not going to have time to explain it to you guys tonight, but it shares the product of Clinical Solutions and what it does. So it's every booster. I would take this page and I would laminate it, because when this lookbook is gone, this is something you can take to your parties. When someone's like, well, what booster does what? And you say, this booster does this. This booster, like literally, this is like this is right up your alley, Dawn. This is the organizational tool for Clinical Solutions. Seriously. So I'm super
Diane?
excited. Yes.
Quick question about the sunscreen. I know
Mhm.
that they were having problems with Hawaii and having sunscreen that was not going to damage any of the marine life or, be bad for the
Coral reef,
marine
correct.
life.
So this
Is
has all
this-
been approved. This is all approved.
Great.
It is globally
you.
approved, but that's one of the reasons that took the company so long, is they wanted to meet all those important designations. All right, you guys. So I
That's
want to
why
get to
they
Katrina.
pulled our sunscreen until they could get one that is good. They
Exactly.
always do it before everybody else does it.
So one last quick thing before I jump to Katrina's speech, because we're going to go about 3 minutes over, is the new hashtag. They want you to start posting stuff and doing hashtag #MyMKSkin and hashtag #MKLife. You can go in there and you'll see a gazillion photos, like so many photos that you can borrow and share that are just on the skincare line. So they're asking us to use hashtag #MyMKSkin when you're posting things on social media, so we can all find each other, okay? And all that. And then of course it showed the pictures of all the quart of sales. I guess I'm going for the diamond ring again this year. And I actually think I'm going to take that ring because I think that ring is stunning. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of those conversational type of rings. Here's the cord of sharing. Here's 500,000 and bar pins and all kinds of fun and exciting stuff. Okay. Without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to National Sales Director Caterina Harris. This is about a 12-minute talk, so it's going to go about 2 minutes over, but trust me, it's worth staying on for the 2 minutes. And please let me know. Oh, one last pitch I need to make to you guys is I reached out to John Muir. They're very excited. They just had a ribbon cutting last week for their new cancer center in Walnut Creek. So now all their oncology will be done in this huge cancer center. And you know what the lady said to me? We're happy to take 500 gifts as soon as you can deliver them. And my eyes got really big and I was like, okay, then. So I am redoing the flyer because I really want it to be lip balm, unscented hand cream, and ideally the body lotion. And so I will post that and you guys need to go. And what I'll do is I will put together a flyer saying that's our first year. I will give you guys all the tools by tomorrow night that you will need to be able to go out and market this. And so what you don't want to do is you don't want to use the word donation. That's our legal department has a fit. But if I knew that Dawn, let's say, was a cancer survivor or she had a sibling that was, I'd say, Dawn, I'm sure cancer has probably touched you in your life at some point. I would love your support. We're making chemo care packages for over 500 patients through John Muir Oncology, both male and female, because the unscented hand cream, the lip balm, and the body care could all be used by men. And so, I'm going on Amazon and I'm going to buy these little wooden tags that are hearts, that are red wooden hearts. They're just super cute. They're super cheap. And I'm happy to provide all those. But you guys go into and ask people how many chemo care packages. And I say to them, I am not making a dime. Every dollar gets reinvested. How many would you like to sponsor? And so literally you guys can help me make this happen because I can't do 500 by myself. Are you kidding me? Do 500 times 30, whatever that is. I think it's like $15,000. That's a lot. All right. So get ready to be inspired and have your brain expanded. Here we go. I'm going to share my sound.
Men of quality, and that is how you claim the position. NSD, leading women of purpose with a vision and with a plan, with 10 brand new sales directors on that seminar 2024 stage. We will stand looking sugar sharp and fine in our national sales director suit. The freedom, the flexibility others dream of. And did they tell you about all the loot? We will not rest. We will join the best. The path has been laid and the mission is oh so very clear. We are stepping into that diamond circle position this year, for it is our season and it is our day. A fresh anointing is flowing my and your way. The best is yet to come, on that you can bet, and you ain't seen nothing yet. I am that pink Escalade driving and diamond circle striving National Sales Director Caterina Harris Burl from Brentwood, California today, and Chicago, Illinois sometime next week. And I am so excited to be here. Oh my gosh, I'm sharing with you a little bit about being a boss babe. So how about that introduction? Go ahead. Give me some love in the chat, because a powerful affirmation is definitely what every boss babe needs. You know, I learned so long ago from my mentor, Gloria Mayfield Banks, about how you present yourself physically, image-wise, and how you present yourself, the words that come out of your mouth when you very first wake up in the morning. Do you wake up and say, oh Lord, it's morning? Or do you wake up and say, good morning, Lord? So we're talking about taking risks. Oh my gosh, I've been taking risks a long time. And the person who doesn't take a risk, well, their life is not very interesting. I'm telling you, I wish I had put a picture of myself jumping out of a plane. That was a risk I took, and I had my best year ever as a unit club director when I did that. I'm not going to talk to you about needing to take care of, jump out of a plane today, but I will tell you some of the risks that I took, y'all, starting Mary Kay 1991, all those years ago, 30 plus years ago, with no cash. I had no cash. I needed money. It was the reason that I started. And so it was a risk to write a $100 check on February 14th and fall in love with Mary Kay. That was a risk. I remember taking a risk when I really wanted to move up in my business. And my mother, I lived in Northern California. My mother lived in Southern California. We're talking a 6-7 hour drive. I had no gas money. Are you hearing me? No gas money. But I had 6 people that agreed to book a party for me. This is BC, before cell phones and before computers. And all of them booked a party. And that is how I was going to reimburse my bill money for the gas money from what I was going to earn from these skincare classes. Do you know that every one of them canceled? Every one of them canceled. And I had to really humbly go to my mother and ask her for money. But I took a risk and I kept on going. And do you know that pretty soon I had a free car with Mary Kay? I remember taking a risk when I took a leave of absence from my job. My job was very demanding. I was working 60 plus hours a week for the mayor's office, and I was in grad school at USC getting my master's degree, and I was in VIQ, which stands for do it quick. I was trying to do it quick. I had earned the use of my very first free car, 4 months of car production, and now I was in my 3rd month of DIQ. And I remember taking a risk that I decided that the difference between finishing in 3 months and that 4th month was if I would just have those extra 60 hours back. And that is how I took my leave of absence, and I never went back. Do you know that that was the best decision that resulted in a Cadillac decision? People want the promise without going through the process. People want the promise without going through the process. And I decided, even though I made a lot of mistakes along the way, my word for this year is grace. And I had to constantly give myself grace. I decided that I wanted the promise and I was willing to go through the process. My why, you guys, oh my gosh. I remember I started when I was 24 and I had graduated from college and I had all this stuff going on. I was president of the school and I was running this and running that. And then I went to just a job and just school. I remember coming home and becoming a couch potato. So one of my whys was I wanted a life. I was thinking this life of just going to work, and I was only going to school so that I could get my master's degree because everyone in the nonprofit world makes no money, but they're highly educated. So I needed my master's. And so my why was because I was bored. My why was because I had $50,000 undergraduate student loan and a $60,000 graduate school loan. And I was a nonprofit manager. That was my why. I remember when my why was a phone call that came in the middle of the night from my mother that her car had broken down on I-5 in Los Angeles in the fast lane at 3 a.m. She had a bummed car. This was when you first heard the word carjacking and all this gang activity had taken place. And I was so scared for my mother. She needed a new car. My why was I had just bought a car with my Mary Kay income, my very first car that I ever bought, but it was brand new and I could now win a car. So this was before I went on Target and I made the decision that I was going to go for a free car because I wanted to give the new car I had purchased to my mother. All of a sudden, when my why was so big, the facts didn't matter. I had kind of a jacked up team. Some people were, we all loved each other, but it wasn't a whole lot happening. But I'm telling you, that was the month, January 1992, that I recruited one woman named Angela who changed my life. And she made a difference in us earning our very first Cadillac. What did I learn in the process? Oh my gosh, so many things. But the biggest thing I would say is obstacles cause some people to break, but they cause many and most to break records. You know, which one are you going to be? The person who breaks down or the person who breaks through? And so I made a decision that Mary Kay was a safe place to grow. I made a decision that you couldn't necessarily always have it all, but I sure saw a lot of Proverbs 31 women in this business that were not just physically sharp, not just smart, not just financially successful, but they had great heart and they loved the Lord and they seemed to have quality marriages and quality relationships. Doesn't mean it was absent of problems, but I was like, wow, I want that life. I learned that I could create that for myself. And so much as I look all around what I've been blessed to create, not just physically, but the non-tangible things, it's come as a result of my risk-taking in this business. I learned that Mary Kay is not hard. It's very simple, but it requires execution. And the execution sometimes is hard. The variable in this business was me. So I really worked to master the hustle and the heart. I learned that I had to be willing to kind of throw my heart over the line because sometimes women are liars, cheaters, and fornicators of the truth. Sometimes they say they're going to do one thing and they do something else, and that can be frustrating. And I learned that, you know what I can control, is the number of people I ask. What I can control is my effort. You know, some people water, some plant, but God brings the increase. And that's what I believe for my business is I just had to keep watering. I had to keep planting and watering. I said that backwards, pastor's wife. I had to keep planting and watering, planting and watering. Nothing replaces the numbers. People are not a number. You're present with the individual, but I had to be willing to work the numbers. My doorbell just rang, and it was a a FedEx woman, and she was gorgeous makeup, and I had to work to get her number. They got pink Escalade outside. She delivered these, you guys. She delivered these. Can you believe this is the Mary Kay jewelry? I mean, oh my gosh, so many rewards that have come. I just thought I would show this. Is this not unbelievable? The jewels that you could earn. I mean, costume. I love this one. But let's just put these on. I mean, I call this the big girl. This is just quarter sales, 500,000, unbelievable. We have an event coming up, and so I just happen to have the Mary Kay Jewels Diamond Bumblebee. I mean, money is a measure of the pleasure you sit into other people's lives, and certainly these are not going to, the 40 carats of diamonds I've earned from Mary Kay are not going to be the biggest things that I've gotten from my business, but they are among the biggest things I've gotten. They're pretty cool. They're only got it when you ain't got them. So nothing replaces those numbers, and hustle will trump perfection any day. You got to work it. And so I just want to challenge you to believe that the risk taking is worthwhile. Some of the things that happened for me, y'all, listen to this. I did not quit. I didn't quit. Even though I was inspired, sometimes I was frustrated, but I didn't quit. I learned that 4 months can make a difference. 4 months of hard hitting, consistent activity, whatever your game plan. For us, it was 5 leads a day, 2 bookings a day, 3 to 5 interviews every single week, $600 in sales that came from 6 strong faces, and a weekly accomplishment sheet, and always being on time for my success meeting. I learned that effort could pay me like a doctor without having to go to school for 20 years. I worked, and after those 4 months of car qualification, 3 months later, we became a director for a unit. And 3 months after that, we earned our first Cadillac. I learned, wow, some true amazing things can happen when I put my blinders on and I get busy. I learned that I could work for myself. I mean, a lot of people have never thought that thought of what it would be like to wake up when your eyes open rather than when somebody else tells you you have to be there. I learned that it's pretty cool to have a Cadillac, and the Cadillac income allowed me as a single woman to build my first home and to create a life that I wanted to have. Y'all, my husband came out of my starter kit. What did I gain for risk-taking? I mean, I met my husband because his cousin is a Mary Kay sales director, Beverly Rogers, and we went to DIT training, director training in Dallas the same time. We met Mary Kay the exact same day. And as a result, 21 years later, she introduced me to her cousin. So all of my abundance of grandchildren, I wasn't blessed to give birth to children myself. And so all of my grandchildren I inherited because I took risks in Mary Kay. Is that pretty cool? Y'all check this out. It's a picture of me in Mary Kay. Is that unbelievable? That's me in Mary Kay's office. Brand new sales directors. It was the company's 35th anniversary. My very first top director trip came this year. It's just unbelievable. And I met Mary Kay Ash because I took risks, had a private 90-minute meeting with her. You know, there are 4 things that people really, really, really want. They really want friendships. I have the richest, most amazing friendships. I have all of my, this orange picture right behind me is all of my close magic national girlfriends. But so many, all of these nationals that you have been blessed to watch and see that are boss babes. We travel the world together. Women want 4 things. They want friendship. Next, they want personal growth. You know what? We don't want to grow this way and this way, but it is so good to grow. It's so good to grow. The personal growth is priceless. The third thing women want is money. If they lie about that, they lie about other things too. You need a little bit or a lot of extra cash. And if you just will do the math, and you realize that the average, I wish I had my exact stats, but the average household median income is like $70,000. It's kind of crazy. And the average raise that people get is like 2 to 3%. If you just earn $72 extra $100 a year because you sold 1,200, you did $300 weeks. So from those $300 weeks, you ordered 600 and you profited 600. That would give you 7,200 for the year. If you take 7,200 and you divide it by 100,000, I know some of you are making 100,000, a lot aren't, but that's a 7% raise. That's almost a double raise above what most people get in America. So women want friendship, number one. They want personal growth. Number three, they want money, and then they want strong relationships, and we've built that. This business has made a difference for me internally, externally, and eternally. It's been so amazing, all because I took a risk and became an MK Boss Babe.
So you guys, I just wanted to share that with you. I thought Caterina's speech was amazing. Just super, super quick. Unmute yourself and tell me one thing you got from that. I'll start by saying, she said Mary Kay's got a safe place to grow. She mastered the hustle, and she says hustle trumps perfection every day. So it's better to post and not worry about being perfect, just to do it. Anybody else? What was your takeaway?
People want the promise without the process.
So true.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Mary, what was
I
your
like
share?
the friends, personal growth, money, and strong friendships, because that is something all women look for. I mean, if you're in any networking groups or anything, the women are always looking for that.
Great, thank you. Anybody else? What was your greatest takeaway?
Obstacles cause many people to break down, but for some, obstacles cause many people to make breakthroughs.
Yep.
Well,
Thank you for that, Connie.
risk-
Anybody else?
Risk taking is worthwhile.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Sandy. Anybody else?
I want to suggest that a powerful affirmation is really needed, because that's, if each of us could just take a moment tonight before we go to sleep and write out an affirmation, and tomorrow morning repeat that, we will be the type that say, "Good morning, Lord," instead of, "Lord, it's morning."
I agree with you, Lori. In fact, that's one of my challenges that you guys write. It doesn't have to be super long, but you could just say, like red jacket achieving, and just share some of your accolades. Powerful, independent. They can rhyme. They could all start with the same letter. It doesn't matter. It's better to have an affirmation and not have a perfect one than to not have one. Kim, anybody else? Julie, Janine, Lenore, anybody else want to say? Anybody else have a takeaway?
I think it was amazing that she needed those 6 people at the party to do something, and nobody even showed up.
Yeah, she was so desperate for cash. She booked 6 parties, all 6 parties postponed, all 6. Some people would say, you know what? I don't like Mary Kay. I'm not destined to do this, and they'd quit. But instead, she called her mom and said, can I borrow gas money? Which she said was very humbling. And she went ahead and booked more parties. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if I had 6 parties to book in a row, would you not maybe kind of question yourself? I'd question my script. I'm not going to question myself because I know the product sells itself. Anybody else have a takeaway? Thank you for sharing that, Kim.
Diane, I liked the breakdown of selling 300 and the raise you got. I'm not working and I'm retired now, but you could use that for recruiting.
Oh, absolutely. To put $600 away a month. When someone says they like to travel, it's like, well, would $3,600 help pay for your portion of the cruise? Well, every 6 months you could go on a cruise. $600 a month in 6 months is $3,600, you guys. So, and if you don't go once a month or once every 6 months and you go once a year, it's even more. I also love what she said, what she did for 4 months. She got laser focused, like she puts that cone of shame on, or whatever they call that dog cone. and the blinders on. She said she got 5 leads a day, got 2 bookings a day, did 1 sharing appointment, and made sure she sold 600. 5 leads a day, 2 bookings, 1 sharing appointment, and sold 600. Now it'd be interesting if we all took that as our mantra for the week. And we decided that this group that's on here tonight was going to do exactly that and report back next Tuesday. I'd love to know your results. I'm willing to do it. I mean, I've got events tomorrow. I don't know where I'm going to go get 5 leads, but I'm sure I can get 5 leads somewhere. So if anybody else is up for that, what do you got to lose? 5 leads, 2 bookings, sharing appointment, share the career opportunity, and a $600 week. So I'm going to challenge each and every one of you guys to do that. It builds momentum. It builds confidence. When I walked out of that party last week, knowing how much I'd sold, I mean, I wasn't sure how much I sold, but I knew I sold a lot. I was thinking, God, this is not that hard. I mean, I'm laughing, kind of like loading my car going, really? You know, and we make this so hard, but could you imagine selling $1,000 3 or 4 times a week? That's $3,000 or $4,000 in a week. That would cure a lot of things. All right, you guys, thank you for being on tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will post the recording. Please look for the chemo care packages and the letter that's going to go with it, because I really, really need help locally. If we're going to do 500 of these, I need 10 of you to do 50, or I need a whole bunch of you to do some. And so we really want to, and make sure you put those products on your order so you can carry a prototype around, make a chemo care package up, and then you can show it to everybody. And then the new product will be launching, and I'll post the video. Okay.
Diane, do you have a delivery date for that?
I do not, because when the lady told me she could use 500 of it, kind of like, I go, okay, I will get back to you. And so she's like, okay. So my goal would be by the end of the month. I'd love to deliver at least a couple hundred by the end of the month.
Okay.
So
And what were the 3 items again? The lip balm, the
it's going to be
unscented
the
lotion?
unscented lip balm, an unscented hand cream, and then probably the hydrating body lotion. It's in a pink and white tube. It's just the one that's the least expensive, and it's unisex. Even though it's in a pink and white tube, guys aren't going to care. So it's the hydrating body lotion, the lip balm, and the hand cream.
Hand cream. Okay.
All right. All right, you guys have a great night. Thanks for being on tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
everybody. And let me know if you're coming to the Monday night at the hotel, because we only have seats for 30. So please let me know if you're coming. All right, guys. Bye.
Thanks.